Hello, my track beat babies. Happy Friday. I miss you already. You guys were amazing this week. Like, amazing. Like, oh my goodness, amazing. You were amazing. It was a great 4 days with you, and I'm super excited. I hope you have a fabulous Friday. Let's jump on real quick and just go through the things I need to make sure you're clear on. And Miss Blaine's gonna let you go. I won't hold you very long. Just want to make sure you're okay. First and foremost, in your packet, you have your words for today. Make sure you have practiced your say words, make sure you practice your phrases, and make sure you practice your fluency story so that you are ready for Seesaw. It is in Seesaw today. You can log in and knock it out whenever you're ready. You are welcome to answer your 4 questions down at the bottom, or you can answer them in Seesaw. I can find your answers either way, but just make sure if you choose to do them in Seesaw that you do all 4, or you could be real fancy and real amazing and real awesome students and do them in both places. Yeah. So then I'll have answers for you in both and I won't have to search for them. So your choice, you make the decision as long as it gets done. So then you have a Friday packet. Your Friday packet looks like this. It should say track B up at the top, Friday packet. Ooh, please put your name, name on it. And let's talk about what you have. It says go to Bland Student Links. I marked it on everybody's computer, and you've been using it really well for the last 2 days. And click on the one that says Dr. Seuss. So when you get to Bland Student Links and you get to Friday 3/5/21, it's going to say Dr. Seuss. When you click on it, it's going to open to a set of pages. There are lots of them, there's a bunch of them. And you are going to read through them about Dr. Seuss. There's like 34 pages. That's a lot. But as you read through all 34 pages, you are going to be finding the answers to these 14 questions. Dun, 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 dun. Each question asks you something about it. Number 1 says, when was he born? Well, if I go look, it says Dr. Seuss was one of the most famous authors of all times. Dr. Seuss was born on March the 2nd in 1904. So that's my first answer. March the 2nd, 1904. Ta-da! And all the answers are just that easy to find using your resource. Then you have a Harriet Tubman page. We talked about Harriet this week and her amazing bravery as a conductor and worker on the Underground Railroad. We know there was really no train underground. Harriet used houses and fields and people's churches and all those things to help slaves escape to freedom. She helped over 300 people find their freedom. That is amazing. And all the while, she could have been killed or hurt herself as well as the people that were with her. So it's amazing that she made all those trips. So after you've read it 2 times, Miss Bland suggests, you are then going to use the color that's in the corner and underline that text evidence answer. Text evidence is huge in third and second grade. So as we are leaving second and entering third, we got to be real strong with it. So for instance, what were the safe houses on the Underground Railroad called? We're going to find our red crayon and we're going to look to see what they were called. Safe houses. I'm going to read and I'm going to find out what they were called. The Underground Railroad was a system of safe houses called stations. I would underline that entire sentence all the way to the word stations. You might even go to the period if you want to. And then I'm going to circle stations. You can circle it with that same crayon if you like. Give your paper a little color. There's red, blue, green, yellow, purple, and pink. And then number 7 says write a sentence that tells what kind of person Harriet was. Ooh, her bravery, that's a lot. Miss Blaine doesn't think she's that brave. All right, the next page in your packet. I do believe Miss Blaine skipped a page. Oh no. I did. I didn't get the backs of the pages. Oh my goodness. That's okay. We can handle it. You have a page that talks about the moose. And on the moose page, you are doing text evidence as well. Make sure that you find your text evidence answer about Mr. Moose. The moose passage, I'm looking for one, hang tight. I'm so sorry about that. The moose passage gives you the writing about the moose. It's informative writing, which means it's nonfiction. That's a real picture of a real moose. It talks about the moose's antlers. It talks about the moose's size, how big they can get. They can weigh up to 1,800 pounds. That's a big old moose, y'all. Then you're going to say, it says, got proof, text evidence. You're going to use yellow to find out what a boy moose is called, a girl moose, and a baby moose. You're going to use red to talk about you should be careful around a moose because. Why is it important to be careful? You're going to underline that in red. And then in blue, you're going to prove your answer for the question of moose do not eat water plants all year because. Why don't they? Why don't they eat water plants? Tell me about it. Let me know why. Then you're going to go into your math pages. Each of your math pages is given. You are going to complete each math page to the best of your ability. Ms. Bland's scanner only scanned the front, but you do know that your page has a front side and a back side. You are to make sure that you follow the directions given. If it tells you to model, then Ms. Bland wants you to model. If it tells you to unbundle, Ms. Bland wants you to unbundle. So use what you know about math as a great chance today to complete the assessment and reviews that are given in your packet. Now, the last page of your packet. The last page of your packet is your Ruby Bridges. Inside of Seesaw, you're going to be given a sample of what you can learn some facts about Ruby Bridges. There's going to be facts there for you. And you're going to use those facts to complete the Ruby Bridges page. So after you finish that first page of your math assessment, Miss Bland's going to switch her camera. I hope this works. I think if I can switch cameras, I can show you. Okay. Hey, this is Lane. Okay, so I did mess up on my copying of my scanning, not my copying. So we talked about Dr. Seuss side. We talked about the moose. We talked about being able to answer and using those color codes, yellow, red, and blue. Don't forget. We talked about Harriet and using the color codes there. Then you have your math. Make sure you show it in vertical form and then model and put your answer on the line. 3 parts. Do all 3 parts. Then you have the assessment page. Answer both assessment questions. Do your break aparts. Get those numbers that end in 0 to help you. At the bottom, same. Make sure you model. If you need to unbundle, do it. On the back, we can't cut because there's something on the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to write it in the correct box. Write it in the correct box. No cutty. Write it in the correct box. Now let's talk about Ruby Bridges. You have this page, and then you got a piece of yellow paper from me. What you're going to do is you are going to take this. After you have read and watched the video, there's some facts and some videos in Seesaw. You need to read the facts and the video. Once you've done both of those, read it and the video, you're going to take this page. I would color Ruby, make her cute. And then we're going to find some real good use for our scissors and glue. Now, this is going to be fun because what we're going to do is we're going to make this so that we can write on the yellow. I want you to watch what I do so that you can do it. Let's see if I can sit this right here. That should work. All right, so here's this. What we want to do is we want to make it so that when we open the boxes, we have something written behind them. So we're not going to cut it all the way out. We're going to make them into boxes that bend. So what we need is to take our paper and bend it. See how I bent my paper? I'm not going to bend it all the way. I'm just going to bend it enough that I can make my box. So look at your paper. We want to be able to cut these boxes. We need to cut here. We need to cut right here. And we need to cut right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it and I'm going to cut right there. See, right there on the edge, I'm going to cut. It's that bumpy line. I cut it. See, I can stick my finger in the hole. I cut it. Now, all I need is for it to be big enough for me to stick my scissors in. Once I can stick my scissors in the hole, I'm going to stick my scissors in there, and I'm going to cut out these boxes. You are welcome to get mom and dad to help you. I'm sure they would be like, sure, I'll help you. I always want to help. They love helping. So now I have 3 boxes. Check it out. I didn't cut this off. It's still there. But I have 3 boxes that work. I'm going to cut them. I make sure I cut to my dark line. That one might need a little more snip. There we go. So now I've got gold paper. I'm going to take my glue stick. Hopefully you have one. I meant to ask before you left and I forgot. And we're going to outline the whole box. Look at that, whole box. I put a whole purple box around the outside. No glue right here, no glue right here, no glue right here. And color before you glue because it's so hard to color after you glue. Like it is just really, really hard. And then I put 3 strips of glue on that side that I'd already colored. I didn't have time to color my ruby, but you got time to color it. All right, so then I'm gonna mount it onto my yellow paper. I'm gonna press. So now the yellow paper is there. And when I open this box, I'm gonna write something about Ruby. Now my box is trying to come off. Let me fix that. There we go. Okay, so now in the first box, I'm gonna open it up and it says, tell about her childhood. Tell me about Ruby when she was a little girl. You watched a book about her. You saw some facts about her. Tell me about her. On the second box, tell about her life events. What made Ruby famous? What made her famous? Something happened that made her famous. What was it? And the last one says to tell about her important accomplishments. What has she done? What did she change? What did what she did make a huge difference? It made a huge difference for Miss Bland. Think if you can figure out why. So that is how that goes. So you will use this page with your seesaw activity that's labeled Ruby Bridges. She was a brave little girl. So tell me about her life as a child, her childhood. Tell me about the life event that was huge. At that time in the history of America, it was huge. And then, of course, tell me why it was huge. What difference did it make? What was the impact of it? Did it have an impact? Oh, yeah, it had a huge impact. Tell me what that impact was. Then also inside of Seesaw, you have your spelling test. Make sure you complete it. There's a couple of review assignments. And then guess what? I want you to enjoy your weekend. That's enough work for this week because when I tell you I couldn't have started this off with a better group, I couldn't have. You guys were amazing. I might even have a Jamboard in there for you somewhere. Never know. Always got to check Land Student Links. So I hope you have a great weekend. I am going to be on Zoom from about 8:30 to 10 o'clock. If you have a question or you can't figure out where something goes, text me, call me, jump on the Zoom link. Use our regular Zoom link, the one we usually use that one. And come check me out and let me know what you need. I'm getting a COVID shot in the afternoon shortly after I get off Zoom. So I may not answer as fast because I don't know how long the line will be or how long I'll have to wait or whatever. So be sure that if you send me a message after about 10:30. It may take me a few minutes to answer you, but I promise I will answer. So have a great weekend. Do something fun. I am going to miss you guys this week, but I know that you are going to have the best time reading Freckle Juice. I'm going to make jam boards for it. We're going to have really cool stuff going on. And then on Monday, when you come back, we're going to finish chapter 5 in Freckle Juice together. And we are going to celebrate your first chapter book in second grade. So it'll be good stuff. So I want you to have a great week, a great weekend. If you have questions, you have a question, mom has a question, Mima has a question, just ask. We'll find you an answer. Finish this Friday packet, the one that's labeled Friday, about Dr. Seuss, and make sure you're good to go. Um, oh man, I was gonna send you home a word search and I forgot to put it in there. That's okay. We'll do it when you come back. I found a cool Dr. Seuss bingo too, so don't let me forget. We got to do that when you guys come back. But that's all from Miss Bland. Finish your work. Finish your seesaw. Check Bland links to make sure I didn't throw any jam boards or word alls in there, and you are good to go. Have a great weekend. Take care. Be safe.